What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pelican. I'm coming back today with more Dokkan Battle. Now, today I'm going to have a quick discussion with you guys about what is coming to the game. There's a lot of talk about what is actually incoming. Now, unfortunately, behind me, I don't have anything to show you, but I'm going to do some level grinding. I'm terrible at this. I always forget to do this. It's something I need to do, so we're going to do a little bit of it back here, and I'm going to see if we can get our final link level 10s on a couple of these units while we're talking about this. But this isn't the discussion. It's just... it's Dokkan. Yeah, it's Dokkan. Why not have Dokkan while we're talking Dokkan? What I want to discuss is the incoming Saiyan Day units. As you guys know, March the 18th in Japan is Saiyan Day. Most of March 17th is what we're going to be looking at. So I believe that's this coming Friday. There is a lot to consider. Now, also do bear in mind, if you go into the current events, everything currently is actually ending on the 17th. So pretty much on the 17th at reset, you can expect to see all the Saiyan Day units. Or at least all the events, then maybe that evening we'll get them. Usually it happens later in the evening around 2 o'clock or whatever it actually drops. But Saiyan Day is coming. And it's coming fast. And there's a few things you need to be aware of. Now, I was kind of holding off and hoping that we'd get some talk about the actual units themselves. At the moment, it looks like Majin Vegeta is the one that everybody is predicting. Maybe there's some data miners talking about it. I have not privy to that information in this particular situation, but that seems to be the big unit that everybody's discussing. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I believe currently, and I'm not up on this, but I believe currently Kamehameha is the only team that has a 200%. That could be outdated information. But I want to talk about what Super Saiyan, or what Majin Vegeta could actually bring to the table, and that would include like the Super Saiyan category, the Pure Saiyans category, Vegeta family possibly, but I kind of doubt that one just because Majin Vegeta is, I'm going to say, a more divisive unit, but more complex than just Vegeta family, and then represents like a blending of this character that was getting like a beautiful like redemption arc, and then it all went to hell. So I love the concept of Majin Vegeta, and I would love for him to get something a little better than that. And even in that realm, Pure Saiyans kind of feels weird, but also, you know, being a Saiyan is what he prides himself on. So I really feel like, in my heart of hearts, Pure Saiyans is like the perfect 200% category for Majin Vegeta. But that's not the only possible category here. Super Saiyans would be another good one, because he was basically striving for a power that would rival Goku at that point in time. Even a Super Saiyan 2 lead wouldn't be a bad thing, but I do kind of feel like Super Saiyans might be a little more appropriate, because at least by that point in the series, like, Super Saiyan 2 had kind of become the Super Saiyan form. Like, nobody just used Super Saiyan anymore. It was pretty much Super Saiyan 2. Unless you're Gotenks, and that's a whole other situation. But Super Saiyan 2 for Goku and Vegeta was kind of like it. It was the pinnacle as far as we knew at that point in time. Goku had Super Saiyan 3, as we found out later on, but wasn't overly reliable. Never really has been. I think the only opponent that even was beaten by Super Saiyan 3 up to this point is like Hirudegarn, and that was a movie, so say what you will about that. But a Super Saiyan 2 category might be possible, and of course we're talking like the secondary leader skill. Because if you don't know, basically the way the 200% meta works is there's a 170 skill for a couple different things, and then they're like, buy and buy an extra 30% to X. In the case of the units in 7th Anniversary, or at least for part 1 of 7th Anniversary, that extra 30% was to the Kamehameha team. So Kamehameha units got a major, and I mean major, buff. So those are some things to consider. Now, once again, I really feel like Pure Saiyans probably would be a better fit than anything else. A couple of people have thrown out a few other ideas, but I think we can like pretty much toss those to the side. Now, probably by the time, usually I drop these videos and then within like 20-30 minutes I actually drop all the data. So if that tends to happen, we'll kind of go back and recover it. But for now, I just kind of want to get this point out there. Now, the other thing I want to discuss is everybody saying, do summon, don't summon, do summon, don't summon. I told you guys 2 months ago, when we first got news of the 200% meta of how good the 7th Anniversary units are, everyone's like, I'm not summoning until July. And we all know that's BS. We know that's complete garbage. You will 100% summon because that's what people do in this game. Everyone said they were summoning for Trunks, and Trunks did very well. Very, very, very well. And people said they were going to summon on whatever type banners come out. And people still summon, guys. It is what it is. And I told you guys back then to expect something really good for Saiyan Day and Goku Day both. And that you would want some kind of savings for that event. Now, here's kind of the big caveat to this. And this is a big, big, big portion of this. There's a likelihood we will not see the 200% meta. We could. It would be very intelligent for them to do so. But do bear in mind that it would be a massive, massive power leap for us to go from where we are now to the 200%. We are going to get that in the anniversary, but we're going to get that now like 4 months early. And that's a bit weird. Not a bad thing. Definitely not a bad thing, and not something I wouldn't be absolutely grateful for. And while the units during Saiyan Day tend to be really good, I don't think we've ever had anything that was that groundbreaking. Now, Saiyan Day is going to be an event between Global and JP. There's no question about that. It is going to be a joint event. But the thing I kind of want to get out here is it's highly, highly, highly unlikely that this is going to be an event that's going to drop something so massive on us that it shifts the entire course of the game. Now, they would be intelligent to do so, because those people that actually are holding out and aren't summoning actually 100% would. But I wouldn't get so worked up, and as some people I've seen on social media say, well, I'm not summoning unless it's a good 200% unit. These units, look at the passive skills, look at the link skills, look at the utility of this unit. A lot of people get enamored by a unit and they're like, oh, this unit hits like a truck. But they're utterly worthless in any other event. You want to look at the overall utility of these units and say, is this unit that I could use in Global Clash / Battlefield? Is this unit I could use in Super Battle Road? Is this unit I could use over here? Is this unit I could use over there? What about the future of the game? Does this, unit have any flexibility outside of, oh, well, they're just a damage monster and, beat your chest and it is what it is? There's a lot to consider in this game. It doesn't seem like that on the surface, but there is so much you want to consider before you go into this too deeply. But I'm here to tell you guys right now, no matter what we get, it is going to be a phenomenal, phenomenal unit. And you most likely want to err on the side of, yeah, I probably should summon because the units are going to be that good, and if I don't summon, it'll be forever and a day before these units return. Most likely it's going to be a Dokkan Fest LR. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. It may not be. It may just be a regular TUR. But remember, Dokkan Fest LRs don't come back insanely often. I say as Goten and Trunks come back all the bloody time, but they're like the exception, not the rule. And they were a very early unit. Even the anniversary units really just don't come back that terribly often. So this is a situation where you want to be very analytical and very direct about your intentions. You don't want to mess around and then miss out on a really stellar unit, which this unit most likely will be, even if they're not 200% meta. And I kind of want to err on the idea that they probably won't be. I think they'll be very special, but I don't think they'll be 200%. They might be 170% and really good skills at 170%, but I want to err on the side of they probably won't be 200%. But I could be wrong, and I have been wrong. So if it is, and I'll just pose this question to you guys, if it is 200%, think about what Majin Vegeta represents for the series, what he represents for Vegeta's goals, per se, what he represents as a rival to Goku, and give me your ideas. Let's just err on the side of, sure, it's going to be 200%, and just let me know in the comments which 200% meta you think would be best represented. I'm going to go out and say I think pure Saiyans. I think he can lead a lot of different teams, but at the end of the day, for everything he is, pure Saiyans would be perfect. Because we have a ton of pure Saiyans that are both heroes and villains. So I think that would be phenomenal. Plus, that'd be a great leader skill for the World Tournament that we just had, because there are so many good AoE units that are pure Saiyans, both heroes and otherwise. So I'm going to say pure Saiyans. That's my choice. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If this is Majin Vegeta and if it is 200%, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, share. Good luck to you all in your summons. Hopefully we'll get some news soon, and I'll be back when we do. Or to discuss something else. We'll see what happens, but we're getting close. I'm really hoping for that news soon.